stop. Your brain is about to rewire itself. Everything you believe about education, success, and the right path is a carefully engineered illusion. And in the next 15 minutes, you'll see the code behind the matrix. The next 900 seconds will separate you from 97% of humanity forever. But before I reveal the method that changed everything, you need to know why school didn't fail you. It did exactly what it was designed to do. You and I share the same silent rage. That moment at 2 a.m., debugging code for your SAS, wondering why critical thinking class never taught you how to negotiate with clients. While building Report Mitra, I realized something terrifying. School taught me how to ask for permission, but never how to profit. While everyone else is updating their LinkedIn with another degree, we're about to decode why the most successful people I know, from Silicon Valley to Austin, dropped out of the obedience factory and into the winner's circle. But before I show you the exact framework, you need to understand the shocking truth about what school actually manufactures. I stumbled onto something that shattered my belief system while researching payment gateways for my hotel marketplace. I found a 1972 Department of Education document that wasn't supposed to be public, a blueprint for industrial human processing that 93% of America's education systems still follow today. The cost? I almost got blacklisted from Y Combinator for questioning the founder credentials narrative. But here's what they don't want you to know. School doesn't teach you how to win because winners threaten the infrastructure of obedience. The method I'm about to share isn't just theory. It's the same pattern I used to go from $300 in my bank account to generating 6 figures in ARR with a no-code stack. Skip to 847 for the game changer, but you'll miss the psychological trap that keeps 97% of smart people broke. Here's what nobody tells you about the good student trap. Your 4.0 GPA is actually a liability. I learned this when an Amazon executive told me they don't hire Ivy League valedictorians for innovation roles. They hire them for process compliance. The truth bomb? School rewards convergent thinking, one correct answer, linear paths, teacher approval. Winning in 2025 demands divergent thinking, multiple revenue streams, asymmetric risk-taking, and the ability to operate without permission. Let me show you with a real screenshot from my Stripe dashboard. This spike, it happened the week I unlearned assignment thinking and started arbitrage thinking. While my classmates were grinding LeetCode, code, I was building a horror story YouTube channel that monetized fear-based curiosity at 10x CPM. The actionable intelligence? Stop solving problems within given constraints. Start identifying which constraints are imaginary. Step 1. Audit every skill you learned in school. Mark it O for obedience or W for winning. Algebra? O. Reading comprehension? W. Essay writing? O. Negotiation? Missing. Code execution? Do this before the next module because what I'm about to show you will rewrite your reality. That's powerful, but what I'm about to reveal will make you question every career decision. The school to success pipeline is a statistical mirage. I analyzed 1,000 Crunchbase profiles of founders who raised Series A in 2024. Only 11% had elite degrees. The common thread? They all mastered controlled disobedience, the ability to break rules strategically while appearing compliant. Here's my vulnerability hack. I spent 14 months building a medical report analysis SaaS that failed because I followed the startup playbook taught in business books. The pivot that saved me? I stopped asking, is this allowed? And started asking, what's the enforcement mechanism? That shift turned a dying product into a profitable micro SaaS in 23 days. Your immediate action? Identify one rule limiting your current project. Not a law, a rule. Need a co-founder. Must have a perfect product. Wait for investor validation. Now break it this week. Document the result. Smart people like you immediately recognize that the difference between a felony and a unicorn is often just a terms of service interpretation. But before I reveal the method that changed everything, you need to know why curiosity is your only real credential. School taught you that not knowing is failure. Reality proves that not knowing is leverage. When I built my first no-code marketplace on Lovable, I knew zero TypeScript. That ignorance forced me to find a Firebase workaround that cut my hosting costs by 80%, a hack now used by 200+ developers in my Discord. The revelation: winners operate on just-in-time learning. Obedient students operate on just-in-case learning. One builds wealth, the other builds debt. Look at your screen right now. Open your project management tool. Count how many someday tasks are there. Each one is a tiny obedience contract you signed with your past self. The dopamine bridge. Every time you feel imposter syndrome, you're actually experiencing a mismatch between school conditioning and real-world requirements. That feeling isn't a bug. It's proof you're playing the right game. The game where documentation beats credentials, shipping beats perfection, and revenue beats approval. Now I'm going to show you the exact neurochemical trigger that makes this stick. While everyone else is taking another AI prompt engineering course, we're going to hack the scarcity loop that school installed in your brain. The shocking truth? School created artificial scarcity. Limited seats, grading curves, teacher attention. Winners create artificial abundance, multiple income streams, parallel experiments, audience capture. I tested this with my YouTube channels. Channel A, how to code in React, obedience content. Channel B, how I built a 5K per month tool without knowing React, winning content. Channel B had 3 times the watch time and 10 times the conversion to my paid community. The data doesn't lie. People don't pay for information. They pay for permission to break rules. Your mission before the next module: launch one ugly experiment. No perfect branding, no complete feature set, just a payment link and a promise. The psychological trap you're avoiding? The preparation paradox, where preparation becomes procrastination disguised as obedience. That's the foundation, but here's the quantum leap, the final revelation that separates implementers from spectators. Winners don't have goals. They have systems that make goals inevitable. School taught you to set goals, get a 4.0 GPA, score 1,600 on the SAT. Obedience metrics. Winning systems look like this: publish 3 experiments weekly, talk to 10 users daily, deploy every Friday. Let me show you my actual system dashboard. These aren't KPIs, these are obedience detox indicators. When I stopped tracking revenue and started tracking permissionless actions per week, my revenue tripled in 90 days. The math is counterintuitive, but absolute. Freedom from outcome creates ownership of process. Type detox in the comments if this is clicking. I read every single one, and the first 50 people get my obedience audit Notion template, the same one I use with my paid mastermind members. This only works when shared. Your friends need this because they're still trapped in the good student identity. You arrived here thinking school failed you. You're leaving knowing school succeeded perfectly at manufacturing compliant workers. That shift just changed your trajectory forever. Here's the before and after evidence from my community. Alex from Austin applied this framework to his edtech startup. He fired his co-founder, killed 6 obedience features, and focused on one winning metric: teacher revenue share. Result: 400% growth in 4 months, bootstrapped. The community magnetism. 1,247 people have already completed the obedience audit. Their average result? A 72% reduction in permission-seeking behavior and a 3.4x increase in revenue-generating actions within 30 days. This isn't motivation. This is neurological reprogramming. Your mission? Implement this within 48 hours. Comment your first permissionless action below. I personally respond to the first 100 comments. The critical mistake that destroys everything? Waiting for the right time. That time is a school construct. Winners know the right time is always now minus 5 minutes. But there's one final truth that makes this irreversible. The school system isn't evil. It's efficient at its designed purpose. You were never meant to fix education. You're meant to opt out entirely. The mistake that keeps smart people poor is trying to reform a system